Today we're diving into the case of Tatsuya Ichihashi, a case that shocked Japan and the world. It's a story of obsession, tragedy, and one man's desperate, gruesome attempts to disappear. It all started in 2007 when 22-year-old Lindsay Hawker, an English teacher from England, arrived in Tokyo for what was supposed to be an exciting new chapter in her life. But her journey would soon turn into something unimaginably horrifying, a story that would inspire a best-selling memoir and later a movie. This is the disturbing story of Tatsuya Ichihashi. Lindsay Hawker grew up in a close-knit family in Warwickshire, England. Bright, ambitious, full of life, she had just graduated with first-class honors in biology from the University of Leeds. In October 2007, she moved to Tokyo's Edogawa ward to teach English at Nova, Japan's largest private language school. She shared an apartment with 2 roommates and quickly adapted to life on the other side of the globe, sending daily emails home describing the city as safe, even safer than Britain. Little did anyone know, those words would later haunt her family. March 20th, 2007. Lindsay was returning home from drinks at a bar called Hippy Dippy Doo. On the train, a man approached her, claiming he was a student in her class. Lindsay knew all her students, and this man wasn't one of them. She politely excused herself. But the man didn't stop. He followed her almost all the way home. On her doorstep, he asked again if she recognized him. Fearful, Lindsay said no. This man was Tatsuya Ichihashi. Using the excuse that he wanted to study abroad and needed English tutoring, he convinced Lindsay to meet him at a cafe for a lesson. Her roommates warned her, but Lindsay, trusting, saw no harm. That meeting would be the last time anyone would see her alive. March 25th, Lindsay left her apartment on her bike with teaching materials. She never returned. By March 26th, the Nova school staff called her father. They were worried she hadn't shown up for classes. Her roommates had already tried contacting police, but the message didn't reach the right authorities. Distraught, Lindsay's father and her boyfriend Ryan flew to Tokyo. They arrived at her apartment to piece together her last known movements, and the story that emerged was chilling. Investigators learned that Ichihashi had been watching her for months, studying her routines. The man who had seemed harmless on the train was far more dangerous than anyone imagined. Police pieced together Lindsay's final hours using CCTV, witness accounts, and her roommates' statements. On March 20th at Duo Tour Cafe, the last footage of Lindsay alive shows her with Ichihashi, awkward, polite, unaware of what was coming. After leaving the cafe, she got into a taxi with him, her last moments outside her apartment. Meanwhile, police were already beginning to understand that Ichihashi wasn't just a random stranger. He had a history: assaults, stalking, brushes with the law, and a disturbing fascination with violent manga and isolation. Inside his apartment, investigators would later uncover signs of the unimaginable. Lindsay's final moments had been desperate and terrifying, but she fought bravely. Trained in martial arts, she tried to defend herself. She was no match for Ichihashi. Once Ichihashi was identified, the hunt began. Sightings poured in from all over Japan. Rumors circulated that he'd escaped the country or killed himself, but the manhunt dragged on for years. During this time, Ichihashi changed his appearance drastically. He cut off moles, altered his lips, even reshaped his nose through cosmetic surgery. He traveled across Japan, staying in flop houses, working odd jobs, always on the move, always paranoid about being recognized. Despite his cunning, it was his obsession with disguise that ultimately led to his capture. Clinic staff reported suspicious scars, and police were finally able to track him down. On November 10, 2009, More than 2.5 years after Lindsay's death, Tatsuya Ichihashi was arrested at a ferry terminal in Osaka. His capture brought relief to Lindsay's family after years of pain, sleepless nights, and uncertainty.
During his trial, Ichihashi admitted to raping and killing Lindsay, claiming it was an accident while trying to muffle her screams. Prosecutors presented evidence of a brutal, premeditated attack. In 2011, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. The Hawker family, devastated but steadfast, finally received the justice they had fought for. Lindsay's boyfriend and loved ones shared the relief and sorrow of closing one of the darkest chapters of their lives. Even after his arrest, a strange fascination with Ichihashi persisted online. Some dubbed him the handsome fugitive, forming fan pages and blogs glorifying his escape. But the truth remained. Lindsay Hawker's life was stolen, and Ichihashi would pay for his crimes behind bars. This case reminds us how quickly lives can change, how obsession can turn deadly, and how justice, though delayed, can prevail. Lindsay's family never gave up. The police never stopped searching, and eventually, the story that haunted Japan finally found its ending. Stay vigilant, stay aware, and remember the stories of those we've lost, because in the shadows of the world, sometimes danger is closer than we think.